What's going on, Flow Nation family? Iamsickflowz back with another video, and this video is going to be a little bit different than my reactions. I will be breaking down the lyrics to In the End by Linkin Park. So a lot of you guys know it's my favorite song, and I thought it would be a great idea to break down the lyrics, dive into the lyrics, and maybe see some things that we didn't know about the song or some of the meanings to it. So if you guys are excited for this, slap that like button, subscribe and notification bells on, and let's get right into the video, boy! Alright guys, so here we have it. In the End, lyric breakdown. A lot of you guys requested this one, so here we are. Really quick about In the End. It's showing here that In the End is mainly based on one person's failure. Its most possible meaning is that it's about time wasted on trying to build a relationship with a girl who doesn't want to be with you. If you really think about that, man, like, it really does go into that song, right? Because, like, he's saying, like, in the end, it doesn't really matter about everything you do, because at the end of it all, no matter what you do, that person doesn't want to be with you. And a lot of people can relate to this song, which I think is why it's one of Linkin Park's most known songs, because it's such a relatable song. I don't think it's their most popular song, but it's definitely top 5 for their popularity. Now, it's saying this, and this is quote from Mike Shinoda himself. He says, "I remember putting this together in our rehearsal studio in Hollywood and Vine, working overnight in a room with no windows. I had no idea what time of day it was. I just slept when I was tired and worked on this song until it took shape. The first guy to hear it was Rob, who told me, I'm paraphrasing, that this was exactly the kind of song he wanted us to write." It goes to show you what it takes to make a great song, which I like the fact that they had Mike quote that in there for the lyrics, right? He kept himself in the studio, didn't know what time it was outside, meaning he was not on his phone. He was in creation mode, which a lot of people fail to understand what it takes to make a classic. People think that you're just sitting there thinking of an idea, go in and record it. Sometimes, yes, it could be like that, but majority of the time, if you want to make a classic, you have to take time to build, create the music, listen to it, and truly give it your all, right? So I feel like with Linkin Park and Mike Shinoda always was able to master that quality of the song, which is really why I gravitate so much into the end. Not only, again, is it relatable, but you can tell that they really put time and effort into it. Now, it's also shown that during the Q&A, Chester Bennington admitted that he wasn't enthusiastic about the song. And I'm quoting what Chester said here. "I don't really participate in picking singles. I learned that after making Hybrid Theory, I was never a fan of In the End, and I didn't even want to be on the record. Honestly, how wrong could I have possibly been?" That's crazy. I would have never thought that. And that's a cool fact for me and for you guys to know. The fact that Chester wasn't a fan of In the End, which breaks my heart a little bit, because that was my favorite song. It's still my favorite song of Linkin Park to this day, depending on my mood. But it goes to show you that Chester didn't like it, but he put it into his emotion. He related to the song, and that's why he was able to perform such a great performance for the song. Another thing about it, another cool fact, and then we'll go into breaking down some of the lyrics, is showing here that Mike Shinoda said this about the song. Quoting Mike Shinoda, "I remember putting this together in our rehearsal studio," right? And then everything he goes to saying, and basically it just does the same quote again that we read earlier. And at the end of it, he's saying that, you know, it took a lot of time and effort, and he's glad with how it came out, which I'm pretty sure we're all glad as well on how it came out. Now, in the verse 1, it's Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington that start off the song. It starts with one thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time all I know. This is the part that I love right here. Time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. This idea is illustrated by the story that The Pit and the Pendulum by Edgar Allan Poe. In the story, a prisoner wakes up to find himself strapped down to a board while a giant pendulum swings lower and lower. It is only until it reaches a point inches above his body that he manages to escape. Both the poem and this lyric pay homage to the value of time in reference to life and death. I love that because it's letting you know that, hey, time is valuable. You can literally be dead within a second. Invest in your time well. Do everything you can with your time because it's not promised. That's what I love about it. They continue saying, watch it count down at the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. It's so unreal. You didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Try to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. Right there, I'm feeling like he's talking about like he wasted it all, meaning maybe he wasted so much time with this relationship he was trying to build, and at the end of the day, he wasted all that time, invested all that time into something that he thought was forever, just to watch that person easily walk away. That has to be one of the suckiest feelings ever, knowing that you're putting in time and effort and everything into a relationship, whether it's a relationship, business, friendship, or anything, and have that not turn out the way you want it to be. It's a very sucky feeling. Again, relatable for me. Then he goes to saying, I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard. Again, keeping everything inside basically means that maybe he kept the emotions to himself, didn't truly express himself because he saw it failing and everything. And things like that. And he tried to make things work. And at the end of it, it all fell apart, right? And he's like, what was meant to be is actually going to be a memory, right, of a time that he tried so hard. Meaning, he's going to reflect back into the time that he was trying so hard and everything. And even though right now, this moment, he's possibly feeling that things won't be okay, he's saying that, like, you know, maybe years from now or time from now, he'll look back at that time and just be like, it's just a memory of how hard I tried to make it work, not a memory of how good it was. Again, this is very relatable for a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, and a lot of other things that have to do with like human and human interaction, which again is one of the reasons why I love this song. The chorus, of course, goes by Chester Bennington. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. The chorus evokes, which persists the personal accomplishments and even life itself are without inherent meaning. Chester's specific loss is about wasting time trying to build a relationship with a woman who didn't want him. But he's phrasing extents in the idea of apathy to any applicable pursuit. The first two lines are corresponded to a message that was left by 15-year-old Charles Andrew Williams before he shot and killed two classmates at a high school, Santee, California, in March 2001. Williams, now convicted to life in prison, had been bullied for large parts of his childhood and was likely depressed. This links to the feelings discussed in the song, although Williams was also suspect of being psychopathic. Again, this can be relatable for so many things, like how this explained it. It could be, it's talking about how Chester and this relationship that the woman didn't want him and him trying so hard, and it doesn't matter how hard he tries because at the end of the day, that woman is not going to give him her time of day. But then they also take that lyric and talk about how, hey, maybe if you're going through something in life, maybe you're trying to get through depression, for example, and you're trying so hard to get through depression, but then you feel like in the end, it doesn't matter how hard you're trying to get over it because you feel like depression is always gonna win when it comes to that battle between you and depression. So again, this could be a relatable song for anybody, whether you're in a relationship, going through something, anything like that. And I've always said this in my videos, when you take a song and make it relatable to us, to the people listening, that gives you so much support, that gives you so much power and talent, and that's what makes a song a classic. Verse 2, I won't get into it so much, but again, verse 2 is Mike Shinoda and Chester. Again, it starts off with the same kind of like rhyme. With one thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme, right? One thing I do want to read, it says, in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so far. Again, he's here talking about like, damn, this girl thought that like I was hers and things like that. And remembering all the times that you fought with me. Now he's like thinking back and it's like, yo, I don't know why I tried so hard because things were so bad and I just didn't see it. And I'm actually surprised that this lasted so long. And it could have been because of her or because of him. But he's surprised, right? So again, this is like the classic breakup after you've been dating for a while. You look back and things and you realize that either you or the person was mostly at fault. And then it goes to the chorus again. Now, the bridge is one thing that I absolutely love. The second time this bridge is sung in the song is usually sung by the audience in the concert. The results are pretty epic most of the time, but it almost resulted in a punch in the face of Mike Shinoda during the recording of the 2007 Road to Revolution DVD, which they show a picture. You guys can Google it as well. He almost got punched in the face because people were singing along, and you know how people get. Some people are probably haters and things like that. But I do love the bridge because I put my trust in you, push as far as I can go. Stop right there. Putting the trust in somebody, right? And trusting them and everything, like letting them in your life is a big thing. Now, Chester's saying, like, I gave you my all, right? And I tried as hard as I can, as much as I can, and it never went anywhere. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you, push it as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. Then it goes on to the beautiful chorus sung by Chester that I've tried so hard. So he's basically telling the girl, like, hey, just so you know, I did put all my trust in you, but just know that I've tried so hard to make this work and it never worked. Again, I absolutely love this song. Hopefully you guys were able to take something from this lyric breakdown that you didn't know. I think the fun facts that I gave in the beginning are some things that people may have not known. Also, I want to know how you guys relate to this song, whether it's a relationship, friendship, or anything else. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys relate to in this song if you do. Also, let me know any other lyric breakdown song you want me to do down in the comments below, and I'll come to you soon. And until next time, I'll see you guys next time with another one.